can't be free. Everybody wanna judge, say I'm a thug, I'm a player, I'm a simple, why I can't be me? When I walk up in the store, all the Karens get to staring at me. Put my heart in my music, it's still on my sleeve. Everybody been portrayed.
So fam, what's the word? This your boy Spiritual Trey, and that is now episode 58 of the Soulful Thoughts blog. And today we're gonna be talking about how success can be a curse and how the process is a blessing. First things first, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if y'all want to see y'all boy in the algorithm. Let's dive right into it. Now, what do I mean by success can be a curse and the process being a blessing? Well, let's start with success being a curse. Have y'all noticed how many young Disney Channel stars that we grew up on come up and get on drugs and, totally lose themselves? A lot of them tend to maybe even go crazy. I'm not gonna drop no names or nothing, but I'm pretty sure a lot of names coming to y'all mind, right? Like a lot of child stars that grew up and got on drugs in Hollywood. Why do y'all think that is? Well, obviously because they got exposed to fame and responsibility before they had the wisdom for it, right? Obviously. Tossing a kid into the spotlight of fame is a big tough decision to do, especially if the parents of that child don't even have the spiritual wisdom themselves to read a room, know a person's intentions without them showing it. Just read a person's vibe. A lot of parents that put their children in that spotlight didn't even have the wisdom themselves, and even if they did, they probably had such a large emotional attachment to the greed energy, they totally ignored their wisdom and still tossed their child in the spotlight, knowing they weren't ready for the attention and all of the shit that comes with being in the spotlight. But let's go a little further, because it's not just kids, is it? What about the young rappers in the industry? Seem like all of them, at least 90%, promote drugs and guns, right? Well, drugs and gang warfare, right? Most of them are actually on drugs, and even the ones that aren't, they still might even promote the drugs. Most of them don't even know the damage that causes their community, and even if they do, like I say, they're so emotionally attached to the greed energy, they ignore their wisdom to fulfill their desires. But let me ask y'all this. I know a lot of these celebrities paint themselves, they try to paint this image that their life is so perfect and everything. But if their life was so perfect, why are their songs so full of pain? If their life was so perfect, why do they have to see it through an altered lens? Why do they have to be high all the time or on some type of drug all the time? Why are they always on defense mode if life is so perfect? Especially the rappers, right? Maybe their life is not as perfect as they make it seem, and maybe they got tossed in the spotlight before they were ready. And that's probably why their habits that they had before they were famous just intensified. Fuck the famous shit. The habits that they had before they were wealthy intensified when they became wealthy, right? So the success did nothing but bring all of their demons out and transform them into devils. Their demons just became stronger once they received all of their wildest dreams, right? So maybe sometimes our wildest dreams really would be our worst nightmares if they came true right now. Y'all ever think about that? Like, especially my people who want to get into some type of industry, like the entertainment industry, any type of business industry, any competitive industry at all. Are y'all sure y'all prepared to be in an environment where it's crabs in a bucket mentality times 10? Because in the environment that you in right now, you might think, if you live in a hood, you might think the hood is just so big and bad and everything, but I guarantee you, if we're talking politics, making it up in this corporate ladder, the hood is ground zero compared to some of the people that you're gonna be around when you walk into these certain rooms and try to make it to these certain positions that these people are in. A lot of these people were in your position at one point. They came from the hood, ground zero, and they snaked themselves up to get to where they at, or they, did whatever they manipulated their way to their position. So if they're smart enough to manipulate themselves to a certain position, you don't think they can manipulate you? I mean, if you think they can't, what happened with your last relationship? Or forget the relationships. Have you ever been used before? Used and abused? Are you still being used right now? Let's be real honest with ourselves, people. Is there anyone in your life that's using you for whatever reason? Have you been manipulated in any type of way in recent history? Stolen from? Bamboozled? Have you been finessed in any type of way in your most recent history? Most people have, in some type of way. There's something that's happened in some type of way. We have all been used or any type of way. Now, some of us have progressed to a certain level to where we can read the energy of a room to a high degree. And I'm not gonna say all of us. Some of us haven't. It's old souls on the planet. You feel me? That have never experienced anyone manipulating them, using them. But for the most part, everyone has experienced that, right? So think about this: if you can't even find a key relationship for you, someone who's actually loyal to the core to you, and you keep attracting all of these people that's coming into your life, using you, taking you for granted, or whatever the case may be, how bad do you think that's gonna get once you're in an environment where everyone has those intentions? Everyone has the intentions of getting close to you so they can get something from you. Times 10. No, times 100. Because it don't matter if you one of the finest females in the world and you getting all the attention in the hood. It's nothing compared to the attention you're gonna get if you were to become wealthy or famous or both. So all of your temptation, all of the obstacles you're running across, if you can't handle them right now, what makes you think you're gonna handle them if your dreams were to come true and you magically produced all of these added extra on responsibilities? Because listen, the road to attaining is a whole lot harder than the road to maintaining. If you want to attain something, it just takes will, desire, and effort. But to maintain something takes wisdom. It takes, what's the word I'm looking for? It takes discipline. Wisdom and discipline, determination. These are not abilities that are easily attained. And even once you attain these abilities, it's not that easy to maintain them, because it's so hard to get lost into our desires and start procrastinating again and start, overspending our money, not having any responsibility with the way we conduct ourselves. It's so easy to go back down these paths. So it's a constant everyday effort to maintain what you have attained. Do y'all honestly think y'all ready to maintain when most of us having trouble attaining? I just want to put y'all in that, because it's so easy to be so upset that you was born in a struggle, but the struggle literally gives you time to prepare for the grind of maintaining whatever you attain from the struggle. If you born into wealth, people that's born into wealth, don't y'all know kids that are born into wealth are more highly likely to get on drugs? They're more highly likely to commit suicide. And that's because think of all the mistakes you made when you were a kid. The drugs you might have got on. Imagine if you had unlimited money and unlimited time with those habits. You would probably kill yourself too, whether intentionally or unintentionally. Especially if you're in a situation where you already got everything that people are supposed to want. People born into wealth, they end up having trouble. They usually have trouble finding what they want out of life. And that can drive them crazy within itself. The expectations are supposed to hold up whatever, kingdom that their parents built. So be thankful for the process. The process is a blessing. Success can be a curse. Be careful what you wish for, because success without wisdom is a curse. It's your boy Spiritual Trey signing out. Remember, you are not your mind. You are the spirit that's forming and creating your mind. So take your time. Keep on forming and creating your mind. Develop yourself so you can be an example and help the world develop. It's your boy Spiritual Trey signing out. Love you, family. Oh yeah, y'all, I just wanted to add this last little point. Jay-Z didn't make it till he was 28, didn't he? He was 28 years old or something like that. He might have been 30. But I know he was in his late 20s, maybe early 30s when he made it, right? And look at him. The most successful rapper of all time, a billionaire. And to our knowledge, he hasn't gotten on any drugs. I don't think he's contemplated any suicide. Seems pretty functional to me. One of the smartest guys to step in the industry from what it looks like to me, right? Maybe because he had the time to actually develop and find who he is as a person before he let the world find him. Spiritual Trey signing out.
On the beat, start preaching. Feel no evil, see no evil, but peep it. I don't aim for the stars, I want leeches. And the snakes born, I'ma kill the whole species. Rest in peace to all the peaceful preaching. The youngest wildin', but they say they evil, that's kinda reaching. Who really controlling the way you thinking? Find the truth.